So, hi, welcome back to the Learners Podcast. My name is Glory, and today I'm here with.
Flake.
And today we're going to be chatting about his newest EP, Land of the USA. So, congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the EP
Thank
so
you.
far? Of course.
It's gotten a lot of really good responses. Like I feel like the songs are a little bit more polarizing than what I've put out in the past.
Mm,
Just because like we decided to just kind of write instead of try to figure out, what necessarily like a specific sound we wanted or whatever. We just wrote and like with an acoustic,
yeah,
and then that's just kind of like how it came out. So which I feel like it needed to happen. Like a lot of
hmm
those songs just needed to come out. So.
that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, I obviously listened to the EP before the interview, and I just want to tell
Mhm.
you, I'm really enjoying it. I thought that this EP
Thank
was
you.
phenomenal. So, well done. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you
Of
so
course.
much.
So, is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
Yeah, so I we changed the cover art like three times because we were like I was on tour, we were on tour for a little bit and I kept like, we kept taking like really cool pictures and just like kind of what the idea of like what aesthetically like what the USA like actually entails as far as like would it be like would somebody think of it as like a desert or
Mm,
like the Midwest or anything? And then I started thinking I was just kind of overthinking it and yeah, I just really I enjoyed kind of like the aesthetic and like the more like woodsy look
mm.
on the last selection we did. So yeah. And then my friend Julia did that picture and everything on a farm. So it was sick. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's like for the cover art and everything. I would say like Land of the USA, like that song in general, I kind of it's more of like a kind of a doomer approach because I feel like everyone just like feels like I tend to make songs like kind of sad songs, but not
Mm-hmm.
really like show a resolve or whatever. It's just like kind of complaining the whole time and then not having a resolve.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. But Land of the USA was kind of like a take on just how everyone just feels like really divided right now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a like a shitty time
Mm-hmm.
with like a whole lot of different areas. So
Yeah.
and I was just kind of just writing word vomit about that, and then I decided, like to put some shit together with it, and yeah, and I kind of wanted to make like a really heavy, like just a heavier track, like a dissonant track. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of like where it came from. Hopefully that
Wonderful.
made a little bit of sense.
No, that made sense. So what you're saying is you were basically word vomiting because you're taking in all of the negative news, basically everything that's going on in the world, everything that's
Mhm.
going on in the country, and then you kind of looked up and you're like, "Oh shit, I have an EP."
Yeah, I would say so. A lot of the way songs are made right now is a lot of times is it'll be like different. You like kind of record like different times and everything. It's not like this one whole thing, at least for a lot of times for EPs. So, each song is a little bit different, I
Mm-hmm.
would say, as far as like where I was, mentally, or, what I was like wanting to talk about or write about and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the topic, the land of the USA, was just such a strong topic.
Yeah.
When I wrote it, it like definitely worked really well for like an underlying theme of everything of like why people are dealing with shit right now,
Mm-hmm.
like just different shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely. Makes sense. And are you
yeah,
able to tell me a little bit more about your writing process for this EP?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So a lot of these songs I wrote with my friend Will and Josh, in my basement,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we basically just kind of sat down and wrote like I wrote just like guitar parts on an acoustic guitar
Yeah.
that I really liked, and then there like a lot of times what'll happen is I'll write kind of a song and then I'll kind of like riff a melody over it with vocals, like not really having any words yet,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will like it'll just kind of like happen out of nowhere, like while I'm just doing other things, like or if I'm driving or something, or if I'm like taking a shower and like like a concept or something will kind of pop up, and then
Yeah.
I'll be able to like then I try to like write a chorus before anything,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is pretty typical. But yeah, so that's kind of like I feel like the process through it.
Mm-hmm.
I really I really feel like I beat myself up a lot with like writing because I'm just like I just want things to be like great like from the get-go.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it'll be like two or three like renditions of like the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll finally kind of stick. But fortunately, like most of the songs kind of came like pretty quick, and I recorded like some of the final stuff on some of those songs like while we were on tour with a
Oh
mic,
wow.
like yeah. So
Wow, on the move. That's really
mm,
fucking cool. Okay,
mm,
so you said a lot of them were pretty quick. They came to fruition pretty quickly. So was there a
yeah.
certain song off the EP that took longer to write that you had a bit more of a fight with? And then do you also have a favorite track off the EP?
Yeah, I would say Are We Still Cool
Mm-hmm.
took the longest because I didn't really know. I was in this weird stage like with that song where I didn't really know like what is this song about?
Mm-hmm.
Like what is this song about?
Yeah.
Because everything is kind of vibes, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like so I was like what is this song about? And so I like kind of took a step back and I literally like so we sometimes we'll like put on movies or like YouTube. Like I'm a freaking iPad kid.
Hell
Like
yeah.
so like I'll just like put on a movie or something like while we're recording,
Yeah,
which
for
is
the
like a lot, a lot
background.
of people do that. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. And like one of them, like I put on like this Western called Tombstone,
Mm-hmm.
which is like an old like 90s Western. And one of the main characters, his name is like Doc Holliday. And I and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna write it about that guy.
Why the
So
hell
like
not? Yeah.
yeah. So that's like how that's what that song is kind of about, like in the verses.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chorus, my friend Brian Swindle from Have
I
Mercy,
was gonna say yeah.
I I wrote like that's right that song and then but I didn't have a hook yet
Mm-hmm.
and I literally sent it to him and then he like riffed over like with kind of like some like random words
Mm-hmm.
on the chorus and it was like I never meant to hurt I never meant and I was like I really like that actually I'm gonna take that
Yeah, that's
and he was
mine
like oh
now.
hell yeah yeah yeah
Yeah.
for sure and then we kind of wrote the rest together
Mm-hmm.
so yeah
That's wonderful.
but
Shout
that's
out
kind of how that
Brian
one came.
Swindle. Dude, he's
Oh
fucking
yeah
awesome. Yeah.
yeah he's sick
Hell yeah.
we love Brian.
So, what is your favorite lyric off this EP, and are you able to tell me the meaning behind it?
Oh man, that's a good question and I'm like I'm trying to even think what like
There are a lot of words to sift through. Yeah.
yeah I'm man I like I'm feeling sick from the taste of dirt and blood, bullets flying while I'm coughing up my lungs.
Mm.
Just when I thought it was over, you told me it's just begun. That's that's from Are We So Cool?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the second verse. And it's like that's like a literal like scene in that movie where
Mm-hmm.
he's like literally dying from tuberculosis, but he's still like in this huge gunfight or whatever
Mm-hmm.
with his friends. And it's like I feel like that was like kind of the physical sense of what was happening, but also sometimes like life just feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize like when it's that bad, sometimes it's like, oh my God, this is just starting, you know, like or like some like sort of situation in your life. And I'm like, that goes hard as hell. I
Mm-hmm.
want to, you know, so like in the you know, in the physical sense and the just like the mental sense. So that's kind of I feel like that's my favorite
Hell
one.
yeah, that fucks. And would you be able to tell me where your headspace is at while you're creating the EP?
um I'm usually it's usually like my headspace is usually like a really manic space.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise it's hard for me to write in general if it's not from a manic standpoint because I don't really yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of structure behind writing.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I feel like I really do like have like too heavily rely on just like manic episodes like little manic episodes to write stuff because
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for me to just like sit down and do something because I'll be like, not good enough, not good enough, not good
Mm-hmm.
enough. But if you're like kind of having a little like a little mania, it doesn't really matter like what you think of it. Like you're always just gonna be like, oh, that's sick, and then you don't overthink. I
Yeah.
know that sounds really unhealthy, but it's just like that's kind of how I don't know. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of how I do it. So.
Okay, well, since that is a part of your process, do you
Mhm.
sometimes find yourself placing yourself in that headspace and or triggering an episode to write, or is it always just completely natural? Because that could be incredibly unhealthy if so.
I've definitely done that before. I will
Mm-hmm.
say that. Yeah, I've definitely done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And also I kind of enjoy being in like not I don't actually enjoy it, obviously, like nobody does,
Of
but
course, yeah.
like it's like okay, I feel terrible right now
Mhm.
about a lot of different things that are like unresolved.
Mhm.
And like honestly that it like your brain is like trying anything to like kind of like mend that.
Yeah.
So then you're like able to just like get like squeeze stuff out,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, I'm
Yeah.
happy you have the outlet. I'm happy you have
Thanks.
the materials and the tools to be able to express yourself in those moments. That's still good.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And how do you recommend your fans to listen to this EP for the first time? Should they play it in the car with friends, dark with headphones on? Should they work out to it? What do you personally recommend?
Uh I recommend to just throw it on and go drive.
Throw it on and go drive? Hell yeah.
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 So, how did you listen to it for the first time once everything was packaged together, ready, sent in?
The EP?
Yeah.
I haven't yet.
What? It's out. How have you not listened to it yet?
Like the whole thing, like from
Yeah.
front to back.
Yeah, start to finish, front to back.
I've been going like, oh man, like I'm we're like writing, like songs right now. It's so
Yeah.
hard to just sit down and do that. And I knew to like sit down and smell the roses, but
Yeah.
I just haven't like given the time to do it yet. I probably should do that today.
You should. You absolutely should. Oh my goodness. Have a moment, have a little bit
Yeah.
of tea, sit in the dark room and relax to it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Alright. And this one should be super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
Sad but free.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. Um,
Yeah.
and in the same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this EP to evoke in your listeners?
That's hard. It's not for like it's not for me to decide,
Mm-hmm.
but if I were to decide, I would say inspired, I would
Yeah.
hope to inspire people.
Hope to inspire people. It's not limited
Yeah.
to just one word. So if you do want to expand on that, you can.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
no, yeah, no,
I
you're good, you're
misread.
good.
Sorry. I would hope to like, yeah, and just inspire people to kind of branch out and try not to like put yourself in a box too much because
Mm-hmm.
like you don't like something like for instance like I would say that I don't want to be labeled as like every other shoegaze band or like every other like punk band or
Mm-hmm.
rock like alt rock or whatever. Like I know like right now it's like it's hard to not do that just because of seeing like people's success and like branding and stuff and all that stuff like that. And I totally get that, but you should always just write um exactly how you want to write
Mm-hmm.
because most of the time it'll just be you uh and that's like the most important thing. So because like there's so much different like shit on the EP that's different genre sounds and stuff like that. It's just like I just make music just because you want to make the music and don't
Exactly.
don't worry about like stupid subgenres that some like white dude in their 30s are going to complain about on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's not shoegaze.
Actually, shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. You're on Reddit,
Yep.
man. Calm down.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
fucking
Yep.
annoying. Oh. And for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
At a rest stop?
Mm-hmm.
I like those nasty like buffalo chicken things.
The rollers?
Sticks. Yeah, the
Oh
rollers.
yeah.
Those go crazy.
Oh, those are insane.
But like it's like almost inevitable that I'll almost shit my pants like in 6 hours.
It just triggers something inside of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
IBS survivor.
Mm.
So
So brave. Hell yeah.
shout out Sludge Mother. Oh my God. We had to stop like 10 times
Yeah.
because of my gut on this last tour. But
Yeah.
I would say that and then I would say I really like pizza, especially if it's from like Casey's
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, Casey's breakfast pizza goes crazy. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Sounds good. And on the topic of food, if your music project was a dish, what dish would it be and why?
That's hard. I'm just like hungry right now, so I'm like thinking of all the amazing food.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Probably like, I mean, I like chicken Alfredo. I'm pretty basic.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. That's such a hard one.
Mm-hmm. Chicken
I'm gonna have to
Alfredo's
think about
good.
that. It is. It's
Yeah.
fire.
You could also sit on it, if you
Yeah.
want.
No, I'm gonna need to sit on that question for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Marinate on it. If you think about it in like a week or so, message me. I'll like overdub it. It'll be really
Okay.
bad. It'll be
No, no, no.
hilarious.
No, that'll be great.
Hell yeah.
It's a
Hell
good
yeah.
idea.
And for the last couple questions, we're actually gonna shift away from music if that's okay with you.
Yep.
Hell yeah. So we're actually gonna go straight to death row. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
My last meal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I was on death row, and it was my last meal,
Yep.
I would like make it everyone else's problem and just like eat like a huge tub of mac and cheese.
Yeah. So you okay, so the same callback to Sludge Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what are you washing down all the mac and cheese with?
Milk.
Oh
'Cause I'm
wow.
lactose
Are you
intolerant.
I was gonna say you're lactose twin. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck it. Damn, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
almost like a war
It's
crime.
it's diabolical, but hey, I won't be there for it.
I was gonna say you don't gotta worry about it. Mm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Bikini Bottom.
Hell yeah.
That was way too easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was like, did you get the question list before this? What's up with that? That's great. It's like you're fucking locked and loaded. Hell yeah. All right. And I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person I've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question.
Mm.
What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, you got a specific shade of blue?
Oh man. I would say like darker blue. Like slightly darker blue. Not like super dark, like navy or anything, but like in between. I like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, as I said, that's all the questions I have for you today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Go listen to the EP and stay tuned for some tour announcements
Ooh, hell
next
yeah.
year. So, yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. This has been Flake, and I have been Glory from the Good Noise Podcast.